So a day after the stairs are all glued and in, and they feel super solid. Next big thing I want to do is get this little mudroom foyer, you could say, tiled. So I'm using these existing tiles. I'm using these existing spacers. They're just 16th spacers, very small. And this is tile I had left over from our house 4 years ago. So the price is right. You can see I got some supplies there. So I have the thin set, the grout, the tile, and these tiles are pretty stinking close to the stairs and to the wood floor. So it'll be a good fit. So what I'm doing to get prepared is I basically did a measurement of the room. I found the center. I made a light line. I measured the tiles. I determined how many tiles will go on this side. And basically what I want to do is pretty much start with a whole tile here. Sometimes the thing to do would be kind of to center them, so you end up with like a partial tile here and a partial tile here. But I don't know, to me that doesn't seem as efficient. And this isn't going to leave a little tiny strip. I mean, that's a big reason why you'd want to do that, so you don't end up with like some tiny little shard looking tile on the end. But I did the measurements. This is going to be a strip, but it's going to be a good sized strip, so that'll be fine. So I'm going to start with the solid full tiles here, and then basically I made a mark here in black where the tile should end when I set the first row. Then I'm going to bump into this wall, so I need to make a cut here, I need to make a cut here, and then the tiles are actually going to start sliding up under the fire door little ceiling step threshold. So I've pre-measured all that out. It's kind of like if I'm going to mix up the thin set, I feel like I should have at least my first set of cuts done. So I need to cut the end off of this. I need to rip this off. I need to rip this off. I need to get some alcohol and clean that Sharpie off of this side, because I'm going to use that side. You know, basically this will be gone, so this needs to come. This marker needs to come off. And then what I'm going to do is full tile, half tile, full tile, half tile, full tile, half tile. So because I know I need a handful of half tiles, I just centered these three. I'm going to cut them, so it'll give me 6 starter tiles for that end. I probably won't even use them all, but it's just like I'm going to make as many cuts as I can, and that way I'm ready to roll pretty fast, so I can make up a bigger bucket of thin set rather than smaller batches. Problem is, if you mix up a big bucket of thin set and then you spend a lot of time on these tricky cuts, the thin set ends up getting kind of hard to work with, and it doesn't stick as well. Although this thin set that I've used a few thin sets over the time, but this thin set here is really good, the Laticrete 253 Gold. But I wanted to have as much of a chance to get a really good adhesion as I can. So I got it here. I got the tiles ready to go. I just got to get the tile saw filled with water and set up a little station. I'm not going to do it on the concrete. I'm going to do it a little out. I was kind of waiting to see where the shade was going to be. Looks like, I mean, this patio is sweet because it's in the shade, but I don't want to work on it. So it looks like I'm going to be in the sun and the dirt. That's all right. And then, you know, I still got to get a bucket. I got the mixers. I got a lot of stuff to set up. And realistically, I'm going to be messy. I'm not sure how much of this is going to be caught in video, but I'm gonna knock this out today and then clean it up and then leave it, and probably grout one of the days this week. It's Sunday today, so I won't grout right, today. I'll probably give it a day or two to set up. So that's the initial layout down here. Well, getting to some of the final cuts here. I got my helper. Do I have a helper? So this is the very last of the molding, the nicer, bigger molding. I got a couple pieces to put in the bathroom, so that estimate was pretty close. And then did some door case moldings too. In fact, did the last of the door case moldings. Putting in the door stoppers too before I get you know what'll happen. So here's the molding in here. It's not touched up yet. I did pre-paint it. So it needs some cleaning and some touch up. But overall, let me jump back. Looks good. It's clean. When I get it painted, it's gonna be really clean. And the other big job was all the stair risers. The one other little thing I got that was pretty custom was because these doors were actually made for the 2x4 walls. I added a little strip to get them to fit, and it turned out good. But one little detail was the normal striker plate was too short, so I ordered these in extended striker plates. That's what they are. I got them from Stone Harbor. They're oil rub bronze to match. So this is gonna drop in here like this, boom, and then that'll engage the latch, rather than right now it's been hitting on that molding. So that was a little research thing. I might buzz those in now, but I might also do it tomorrow. We'll see. So the deck is super nice. I'm gonna close the door. No more deck access for you, pup. So a little finish work. Did get this all cleaned up. I mean, I mopped this floor. I vacuumed the whole thing and mopped it twice. The color really came out. It's looking awesome. So I'm gonna just call this finish work continued. All right, so I got the extended striker plate in. It does look good. Here's the problem. When the door shuts, it's really contacting that plate. I can live with it, but I don't live with stuff. It's out a little too far. It's not really a big deal. Basically what it needs, I'm gonna come through with a razor blade, cut that along the line, take this back off and chisel it out to get it a little lower, and then it'll sit just right. So check it out. All right, so just hand chiseled that out. They make various rotary tools to do it. I don't have one. So I'm using what I got, razor blade and a chisel. So now I'm gonna just fit this one in and I'm gonna test it. All right, so now with it in, just like butter, smooth. And it's nice and it's recessed, it's sitting where it should be. I gotta do a little touch up with paint, but bingo. So it just took a little time, a little mess. We'll make it happen. All right, so I kind of just knocked this out. Didn't make it step by step, but I laid out all the tile, got them nice and clean, lined up. I had to really slam this out because I needed to get the stair treads all squared away, and that riser needs to sit on top of the tile, so I needed to do the tile first. So I thin set the tile, waited a day, came through, pulled the spacers. I did the grout. This is a saddle brown. It blends in really good with the tile, so it's almost like you don't really see the seams, which is what I like. And then I went ahead and did the molding. I did the door case molding, all that stuff. Sealed it up really nice right here. There's some options here. I pushed grout into the seam. One thing I could have done that would have been easier was use the caulk grout, or grout caulk, whatever they call it. That would have been good. But overall, this is the mudroom. And also when I went to do under the threshold here, I pried it up, thin set, and then I really got the tile under there. So it holds it well. Before, this threshold would make a lot of noise creaking because there was too much of a gap on this tile side. So this stuff, and I got this door case molding put into. So basically, this is done. I already came through and sealed it with the grout sealer. You don't need to seal the porcelain tiles, but I did do the grout sealer anyway. You know what? I think I've got it put away. Like, this is my whole tile box. But it's just your basic grout sealer. Not really a big thing. It's right in here. So it was kind of quick, but that's buttoned up. Some of the other little trim work, you know, just been upstairs, got the doors all little finish work, striker plates, all that stuff. So shoot, I'm running out of stuff to do, which is a good thing, I think. So there you go.